Media and Persuasion, Speech, Jalea Noble, Instructor, Kara Rader, Persuasion, Communication, 2367. Hello, my name is Jalea Noble, and I am a third-year student at The Ohio State University. Today I will be speaking on the Media and Persuasion, Speech assigned in the online Persuasion Communication course instructed by Kara Rader. I am a participant in the disabled group, and there are two media sources that I will be discussing that displays various aspects in this disabled topic. Along with these media sources, I will be concisely explaining persuasion concepts I have learned in this course to apply to each source. My first source is regarding Donald Trump mocking a New York Times reporter. I will be discussing President Donald Trump's speech in South Carolina at a rally on November 24, 2015 in South Carolina. The Republican candidate at the time, now President Donald Trump, mocked a disabled reporter by the name of Serge Covell in an attempt to defend his remarks on New Jersey Muslims cheering after the collapse of the World Trade. He brutally insults a reporter. After using nice and poor personality traits, the president then begins to move his hands in awkward positions. These positions symbolize some of the hardships and disadvantages that Covell faces. Serge Covell, an investigative reporter for the New York Times, has a condition that affects the joints. Concept that I use for my first source regarding Donald Trump mocking the disabled reporter are subject norm, normative beliefs, motivation to comply. Subject norm defined as the social pressure a person feels more important others to perform or not perform a behavior. It is formed of two agendas, which is normative beliefs and motivation to comply. Normative beliefs is defined as a person's beliefs about what salient others want him or her to do regarding the behavior in question. Basically meaning some people beliefs are influenced by someone that is important to them. And motivation to comply is how willing the audience is to go along with what they think the important person, that they believe the important person wants them to do. After Trump's harsh remarks, the crowd laughs, um, knowing that bullying is wrong and discrimination is wrong. Trump supporters still tolerate that type of behavior. Trump has been offensive in multiple occasions regarding African American communities, death rates in Chicago, and illegal immigrants. But that's not the conversation. The conversation is focused more on Trump's audience and why they believe these certain behaviors are acceptable. Not the audience in general, whatever they believe is up to them, but when regarding to the disabled community, we do know that prejudice and discrimination in any act is wrong. And we do know that bullying is wrong, but somehow these acts were justifiable in their eyes, when in reality it's not. If the leader of the free world acts in such a state, then followers and supporters do the same. Who is really standing up and supporting the disabled group? It's a serious situation. It's not something that should be taken lightly. And going over our results for our survey, when people believe that they mark agree nor disagree, you do pick a side, and that side is basically opposing what is right. And I came to the conclusion this because their opinions are influenced by an outer source, which goes back to what we were saying before. My second source is an Apple commercial, basically showing how the iPhone is accessible to the disabled with different features such as FaceTime for, say you're deaf or you can't speak and you can still FaceTime the people you care about. There's still different components that you can use to operate it, regardless if you're disabled or not. The concepts that I use are beliefs and values, and I focus more on the strategic communication side of the commercial that was presented, and how we do value family, we do value friendships, we do value conversations and things of that nature, and beliefs such as, changing the beliefs that people have, the outer community that is not disabled, so they can see that Apple, unlike Trump, doesn't it takes the disabled seriously and takes the disadvantages that they do have and incorporate that into something that everybody uses. iPhones are a tremendous example of the new technology that we have, and seeing that it helps the disabled is very appealing and it's heartwarming and it's a great commercial. And here's my reference page.